The kitchen light was still on. It was 11:30 at night, and I was staring at my phone. My neighbor, Sarah, had just sent me a message. She asked, "Alex, can you help me move some heavy boxes tomorrow morning?" I was so tired. My back actually hurt from working all day. I looked at the screen. I started typing, "I'm sorry, I can't." Then I deleted it. I typed, "Maybe," deleted that too. My heart was beating a little fast. I felt, I don't know, guilty? Finally, I just typed, "Sure, no problem. See you at 8." I put the phone down and felt instantly annoyed with myself. I didn't want to do it, but I couldn't say that one tiny word, no.
I know that feeling so well. It's like your thumb has a mind of its own when it's hovering over the keyboard. You want to be the nice guy, right?
Exactly. I didn't want her to think I was lazy or mean.
Welcome to Pod Studio, everyone. I'm Emma, and that was Alex. Today, we are talking about that exact moment. Why is it so hard to say no in our daily lives? We're not talking about big, dramatic life decisions. We're talking about the small things, the coffee dates we don't want to go to, the extra work we take on, or the favors for neighbors.
Before we start, if you want more fun English podcasts like this, hit the subscribe button right now and join our English learning family.
It really helps us grow.
It's a strange thing, Emma. We use the word no when we are 2 years old all the time, but as adults, it feels like a heavy weight. We want to talk about this today because it affects how we feel every day. If you say yes to everyone else, you are often saying no to yourself.
That's a good way to put it, to say no to yourself. In English, we sometimes call people who do this people pleasers. A people pleaser is someone who wants everyone to be happy, even if they are unhappy themselves.
A people pleaser. Yeah, that was definitely me last night at 11:30. I was pleasing my neighbor, but I was making my morning very difficult.
So let's look at why this happens. For me, it's often about expectations. That word means the things people think you should do. If my boss asks me for a report at 4:50 p.m., I feel like the expectation is that I will say yes. If I say no, I feel like I'm breaking a rule.
Right. It's the fear of letting someone down. When you let someone down, it means you disappoint them. You don't meet their needs.
Letting someone down. That's a common phrase. I'm sorry to let you down, but I can't come. It sounds so heavy, doesn't it? Like you are dropping something breakable.
It does. And I think in daily life, we also worry about missing out. You know, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. If friends ask me to go to a concert on a Tuesday night and I'm exhausted, I should say no. But then I think, what if they have the best time ever and I'm not there?
Oh, I get that. But then you go to the concert, you spend money you don't have, you stay up late, and the next day at work, you are like a zombie. A zombie is how we describe someone who is moving but has no energy because they are so tired.
I have been a work zombie many times. It's funny because in my head, saying no feels like a conflict, like a fight. But usually the other person doesn't care as much as I think they do.
That is so true. I had an experience last week. My friend Clara asked me to help her shop for a new dress. I had a huge headache. I usually would just go and suffer in silence. Suffer in silence means to be in pain or be unhappy but not tell anyone. But this time I said, "Clara, I'd love to help, but I have a terrible headache. Can we go on Saturday instead?"
And what did she say? Was she angry?
Not at all. She just said, "Oh no, take some aspirin and rest. Saturday is perfect." I was worried for 20 minutes about her reaction, and her actual reaction took 2 seconds and was totally fine.
It's interesting, isn't it? We create these scenarios in our heads. A scenario is like a little movie or a story we imagine. In my scenario, my neighbor Sarah thinks, "Alex is so selfish, I'll never help him again." In reality, she probably would have just asked someone else or moved the boxes herself.
We are very hard on ourselves. I think for language learners, this is even harder. Sometimes you want to say no, but you aren't sure how to say it politely in English. You don't want to sound blunt.
Blunt, that's a good word. It means being too direct, almost a bit rude. If I just say, "No, I won't help," that's blunt.
Exactly. So instead of being blunt, we often beat around the bush. This is a common expression. It means you talk a lot, but you don't say the main point because you're nervous. For example, Well, you see, tomorrow is a bit busy and my car is acting strange, and I think I have a lot of laundry.
Stop. That is exactly what I do. I give 20 excuses. Beating around the bush makes the other person confused. They're waiting for a yes or no, and I'm talking about my laundry and my car.
It's better to be clear and kind. You can say, I'd love to, but I can't make it work this time. I can't make it work is a very useful phrase. It's a soft way to say no without giving a million reasons.
I can't make it work. I like that. It sounds professional, but also friendly. It's not about the other person, it's just about the situation.
Let's talk about work for a minute. That's a place where no feels almost impossible, especially if you are new or trying to make a good impression. To make a good impression means you want people to have a positive opinion of you.
At work, I feel like if I say no to a project, my boss will think I'm not a team player. We hear that all the time, right? Be a team player. It means work hard for the group.
But if the team player is burnt out, the team loses. Burnt out is when you have zero energy or stress tolerance left because you worked too hard for too long. If you say yes to every task, you eventually burn out.
I saw a colleague do that recently. He said yes to every meeting, every email, every extra task. He was always the last one in the office. Last month, he just stopped. He had to take 2 weeks off because he was too stressed to function. He didn't say no until his body said it for him.
That's the danger. If we don't set boundaries, our health will. Boundaries are like invisible fences. They show where you end and other people begin.
Setting boundaries. It sounds so easy when we talk about it here in the studio, but in the moment when the phone rings or someone stands at your desk, it's hard. I think it's because we want to be liked. We want people to think we are helpful.
But Alex, think about the people you respect. Do you respect the person who says yes to everything and then does a bad job because they're tired? Or do you respect the person who says, I can't do that right now because I want to focus on this other thing?
Honestly, the second person. I trust them more. When they say yes, I know they really mean it. Their yes has more value because they also use the word no.
That's a huge point. If your yes is automatic, it doesn't mean much. It's just a habit. But if you are selective, meaning you choose carefully, your yes is powerful.
Selective. I want to be more selective, but I struggle with the guilt trip. Have you ever had someone give you a guilt trip?
Oh, definitely. A guilt trip is when someone tries to make you feel bad so that you will do what they want. They might say, oh, it's okay, I'll just do it all by myself, even though my back is hurting.
Yes, that's it. That's the guilt trip. It's like a trap. When I feel that happening, I feel a lot of tension in my chest. Tension is that tight, uncomfortable feeling when you're stressed or worried.
When you feel that tension, it's actually a signal. It's your body telling you, wait, I don't want to do this. Instead of ignoring the tension, we should listen to it. But it takes practice. It's like a muscle you have to train.
So how do we train the no muscle without being mean? Give me some real-life English for this, Emma.
Okay, let's try a few. If a friend asks you to go out, but you want to stay home and watch a movie in your pajamas, you could say, I'm going to pass this time, but thanks for thinking of me.
I'm going to pass. That's very natural. It's like in a game of cards, right? You pass your turn.
Exactly. It's not personal. Or if someone asks for a favor that takes too much time, you can say, I'm honored you asked, but I don't have the capacity for that right now. Capacity is a slightly more formal word here, meaning space or energy.
I don't have the capacity. That sounds very clear. It explains that it's about your schedule, not about them.
And what about your neighbor, Sarah? What could you have said to her last night?
Looking back, I could have said, I wish I could help, but I've had a really long week and I need to rest tomorrow. I hope you find someone else to help.
That's perfect. It's kind, it's honest, and it doesn't beat around the bush. You offered a reason, you are tired, but you didn't offer an excuse. There is a difference. A reason is the truth. An excuse often feels like a lie to protect yourself.
That's a deep thought. Usually I'm looking for excuses. Oh, I have to clean my oven. But the reason is just, I am tired. And I am tired should be enough.
It should be. We live in a world that is very fast-paced. Everything happens quickly. We are always connected through our phones.
Because we are always connected, people expect a yes instantly.
That's the tension I mentioned earlier, the phone versus rest. The phone makes us feel like we are always on call, like a doctor. But we aren't doctors. We don't have to answer every request at 11 p.m.
You know, I've started doing something. I call it the 24-hour rule. If someone asks me for a favor that isn't an emergency, I say, let me check my calendar and get back to you tomorrow.
Oh, I like that. It gives you breathing room. Breathing room is time to think and relax before you make a decision.
Right. When I have breathing room, the people pleaser part of my brain quiets down. I can ask myself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the time? Usually by the next morning, the guilt is gone and I can say no much more easily.
I need to use the 24-hour rule because in the moment, I always feel a rush. I feel like I must answer now. But usually the boxes can wait, the coffee can wait, the email can wait.
It's also about priorities. A priority is something that is more important than other things. If my priority is my mental health or my sleep, then saying no to a late-night request is actually saying yes to my priority.
It's like a trade. You're trading your time for something else. I traded my Saturday morning sleep for Sarah's boxes. Was it a good trade? Not really, because I was grumpy the whole time. I wasn't even a very good friend because I was complaining in my head.
That's the hidden cost of saying yes when you want to say no. You become resentful. To feel resentful means you feel a bit of quiet anger toward the person because you feel they are taking your time.
Yes, resentment. That's exactly what I felt. I was carrying a box and thinking, why am I here? Sarah has other friends. Why did she ask me? But it wasn't Sarah's fault. She just asked a question. It was my fault for not saying no.
It's funny how we blame the other person for asking when asking is actually a normal thing to do. We should be happy our friends feel comfortable asking us for things, but we have to be comfortable saying no back.
It's a balance. A balance is when two things are equal and steady. A good friendship needs a balance of yes and no. If it's always yes, it's not a friendship, it's a service.
It's not a friendship, it's a service. That's a great line, Alex. I'm going to remember that.
I'm thinking about the listeners now. Maybe they're at work or on a bus or making dinner. They might be thinking about something they said yes to this week that they regret.
Regret means you wish you hadn't done something. We've all been there. If you are feeling that way, maybe try a soft no next time. You don't have to change everything at once, just try it once.
I think even practicing the words helps. Sometimes I say them out loud when I'm alone. I can't make it, but thanks. I'm busy that day. It feels less scary when you've already said the words with your own mouth.
It's like learning English, right? You have to practice the sounds before you use them in a real conversation. Saying no is like a new language. At first, you have an accent. You sound nervous or unsure. But after a while, you sound fluent in no.
Fluent in no. I love that. I want to be fluent in that. It sounds peaceful.
It really is. It gives you your life back. You start to realize that the world doesn't end when you say no. Your friends still like you, your boss still respects you, and most importantly, you have more energy for the things you actually love.
Like this podcast. I always say yes to this because I love talking with you, Emma. It doesn't feel like a task. A task is a job or a piece of work. This feels like a conversation.
I feel the same, and it's because we both want to be here. There is no resentment.
So, to the person listening, how are you feeling? Do you feel that tension in your life? Maybe take a moment today to think about your boundaries. It's okay to protect your time. Your time is your life, really.
And it's okay to start small. You don't have to say no to everything. Just pick one thing, one small thing that doesn't feel right.
I'm going to start with my neighbor, Sarah. Well, not Sarah because I already helped her, but next time she asks if I'm tired, I'm going to use the 24-hour rule.
I'm proud of you, Alex. That's a big step.
It feels big. It's funny how a two-letter word can feel so big, but I think I'm getting better.
We all are. It's a journey. In English, when we say something is a journey, we mean it's a long process of learning and changing. It doesn't happen in one day.
Well, this has been a very helpful journey for me today, Emma. Thank you for talking through this with me.
Of course, Alex. And thank you to everyone for listening to Pod Studio. We hope this conversation helps you feel a little more confident in your daily life.
Whether you're at home, at work, or just walking the dog, remember that your time is valuable. It's yours.
And we'll be back soon with another conversation. Until then, take a deep breath, relax, and maybe, just maybe, say no to something you don't want to do today.
But don't say no to our next episode.
Definitely not. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.